Oh no, welcome back to
Hello there, my glorious viewers. It is I,
nope,
Your
that's
boy.
your stream right now.
Anyways, today, we'll be a bunch of dummies will read a book that I created.
Yes. We're gonna
Dummy.
We all know how to read
welcome my
somehow.
viewers.
No,
We're gonna be
my-
narrating a book that Alex has made.
Yes. And my name is definitely not Alex. He's
It says it right here.
Max.
It says it right here, Alex. It literally says it right here.
I own copyright rights over my book. Any of you try fucking stealing it, I will rape you in your sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Alex.
I will come retract this. I will be coming for you in your sleep.
Come on.
What? Does anyone hear any Discord background noises? Am I the only one?
I don't hear Discord background noises.
I don't hear any.
Let's hope it doesn't. Let's just hope that they don't hear that.
Let's hope.
We can only hope.
Oh yes, we could only hope.
It's still going, right?
Yeah, it's still going. I never stopped it.
Alright, let's just continue. This is just gonna be one of those podcasts, alright?
Yeah, it's
So
kind of like a
anyways,
podcast.
Yes, so let's just continue on with the glorious book of the mocked king.
I thought you were about to say glory hole.
Hey! Come on, Doc.
Oh my god, Aaron's just gonna be demonetized so much.
Alright, you know what? Whatever.
1,000
Alright,
So-
let's do this. Let's do this. Alright.
We're starting.
Yes, and the published date is May 4th, 2021 with the
Ah, yes.
copyright symbol.
That was one that like
It's a good
that was like a good week ago.
Alright, well, anyways.
Oh, like
now
9
let's
days.
go on to chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Old tale. Wait, hold up. Did you spell which tail? Which tail do you mean?
Wait,
Like a cat's tail? Like
like,
Shut up. What?
okay. Look, there's two kinds of tail. Tail as in TALE, which you were talking like is like a story. It's like a story. A tale, which you mean by a story, right? It's spelled TALE.
How am I supposed to know? I'm not a furry.
and a tail as
I mean, you spelled it tail as a TAIL. Like, you're probably talking about dog tail, cat's tail, monkey tail, door tail. Okay. Lola, see, this is what I'm talking about. All right. Chapter 1. An old tale. Once upon a time, in a medieval land, there was a... I thought you said... I thought you said you fixed it.
What do you mean? I did. I used the right link.
Hold on, let me refresh.
We're never gonna get through this.
No, we really aren't.
What?
Hold on. Let me just... Oh, wait, you got a new link right here. Let me...
Hold up.
Is that reset?
It did not save.
I don't think it saved that.
God damn it. Or whatever. Continuing on.
Alright. Anyway.
Anyways.
Once upon a time, in a medieval land.
Oh. Arvin.
Hey, Doc.
It's,
Mute
Sorry.
yourself.
Hey, man. let me read.
No.
You know what? Go for yourself.
You entirely. Or just Aaron's just gonna have to cut out a lot of this.
Please.
oh yeah.
There's 17 whole chapters. We're not even past chapter 1. You see how short chapter 1 is?
Exactly.
God.
Alright, let's continue
Lord have
on.
mercy.
Let us continue on.
Once upon a time. Who is in the back? Oh, it's Coach.
Yes.
Hey, man.
What?
I'm trying to narrate. I hear children in the back.
Oh,
You know how hard
you
this
guys
shit
hear
is?
nothing.
It's so hard to narrate and not break character.
Just tone it out. You won't hear nothing.
Act 1, scene 1, action.
Alright. Take number 22.
Oh, shut up.
Sheesh, we're keeping count.
Alright. Chapter 1. An old tale. Once upon a time, in a medieval land, there was once a I said Tarvin instead of Tavern again. I got that. I wish he spelled it right. I wish he spelled it right.
I hate you. Swear, do I have to fucking narrate with my terrible narrator voice?
No.
No,
I think we'll be fine.
Once upon a time,
I don't think
in a
about
medieval land, there was once a. It's so okay. No. One more time. I got this. No. No. I got you.
I can't even make out what's going on.
Oh, okay. Once upon a time, in a medieval land, there was once a tavern where 3 men sat. An elderly man ran the tavern, who was great and wise. One of the 3 men asked the elder about a story which the elder nodded to tell of the great tale. He spelled tale wrong again.
He tried his best.
Shut up.
Who cares? Why you care so much, Stefan? Who cares, Stefan? Stefan over here talking in my chat. So you forgot to turn on streamer mode in Discord. I don't know why he even said that. He's literally in the call.
Anyways.
Alright, just get to reading. Jesus.
Anyways, let's get back to reading.
One of the 3 men asked the elder about a story which the elder nodded to the tale of the great tale of a king who fell. Very short chapter.
Your reading is so.
Yay.
My reading sucks. I got it. Okay, leave me alone. It's better than your spelling.
Fuck you. Spelling's a list, at least better than your fucking reading.
Damn. Yeah, we're definitely not being
Damn.
advertised.
All right, let me finish chapter 2, and then I gotta throw out the trash. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Alright, it's time for me to read.
Chapter 2. King Belmont III. There once was a ruler named King Belmont III. He was a corrupted and hateful king who ruled a vast land which houses the many peasants that lived there. They were under his rule with an iron fist as other kingdoms care not. With his realm as he traded a lot of goods from the hard labor of his peasants who were forced and paid little. Shut up, Doc.
Like the first time I was reading, and then you did it again. You freaking peasant.
No, alright. This is gonna take forever. Let me take out the trash, Doc.
Alright. They were under his rule with an iron fist, as other kingdoms cared not with his realm, as he traded a lot of goods from the hard labor of his peasants, who were forced and paid little and unfairly for their works and efforts. Only free men, or men with money and political power, had a place in his kingdom. His kingdom was strong and mainly enforced his will on the peasants, making sure that none ever dare rebel against his authority. How's that? Is that good?
Beautiful.
Yay.
Wow, you
Yeah.
actually read it without really messing up.
Yay. Yeah, because I made it. And since Aaron isn't here, we can't really change the page. So
Why does he do so much emphasis on the peasants?
I don't know. Alright, anyways,
Must be emphasized.
Alright. Chapter 3, Times of War. Then, an old elderly lady whose name is Justice... Ah, fuck. Damn it.
Use your words. You got this.
Hold on a second. I need to Google something real quick.
Oh my god, did you spell it? Did you spell another thing wrong?
No, it's just I used it's just the one word that that I forgot to pronounce properly in this entire story.
Oh, that happens to me way too often.
Yes. So I need to figure out how to pronounce it again. Let me just grab Google Translate.
Google Translate.
Google Translate. Alright, suck it. I will do that. Then an old elderly lady whose name is Justice Sugget from another kingdom came to King Belmont's realm in an effort to escape a raging war in the kingdom she used to live. She was treated like every other peasant in King Belmont's land and was transported to a local labor farm outside King Belmont's capital city, where she knitted strings together to create warm blankets and other such things. Alongside her was her young teenage daughter, Lily Siggett, who was the young age of 15. Her father joined in the military in order to fight in the war, and promised that he will return and gave Lily Siggett a ring as a gift to remember him by if he did not return.
Daddy issues.
What? Alright, what about that chapter, huh?
Damn, I can already sense it.
Alright. Chapter 4, Sins of a King. The kingdom they both used to live and forced to flee from was more of a free and peaceful realm, which allowed equality and proper law and order. Justice disliked King Belmont's kingdom and wished that she could do something to change and fix this kingdom, as it was dirty and unclean, and all the lower class peoples were punished severely and lesser than the dirt and mud they walk across. Alas, in a dark age, powerful men rule over many, and cannot be overthrown unless having a greater power. This was the only kingdom that was allowing immigrants, as other nearby kingdoms did not. Justice then remembers that she called forth an ancient power, a being who judges unfit kings and rulers who believe themselves picked by God himself. Fuck, I forgot how to pronounce this one too. Damn it!
Okay, you got this. You got this, bestie.
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 Next thing you know what? Next thing you know, we're just gonna eventually realize when Aaron comes back, just as like the stream is somehow like shut down by itself because it's just left absent by itself. And it's
No.
that would be such a like
A waste.
yeah, that would be such a waste.
Ooh, I feel like we should let Eden read it because we're actually getting through it, and it'd be funnier if we didn't get through it, you know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just prolong it. The judicary. You know what? Google Translate, help me.
Wait,
I
what's
call
the word?
upon you, Google Translate once more.
I call upon thy Google Translate.
Yes.
Judiciary.
Judiciary, okay.
Frick, I don't even know how to say that either.
The judiciary. She remembers this because she found and read an old ancient tome from her library. Chapter 5. The Damn it. How did I already forgot pronounce it?
I don't even know how to pronounce it either.
Chapter 5, Judiciary. The judiciary was a being that was said to be forged from the darkest shadows by the hands of God to watch and enforce judgment on unfit and sinful rulers and kings. Justice waited till nightfall before the first day of the week. The peasants slept soundly asleep in their unclean and small huts. She got on her knees and pressed her hands together and began to pray. O Lord, hear my prayers, for I seek your guidance. The ruler of this land is sinful and fit, for he enslaves and forces harsh labor upon the many defenseless folk that live in his land. And I swear to God, fucking, I swear to God, better mute yourself.
You know what? I think Abby would actually do like a really great job, like voicing this character. She has a really good medieval.
She'd probably be good at voicing Lily, the young daughter.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I pray for justice to be done so that this land can be free of sin and all can live happily together in peace and harmony. She spoke, and a black fog flowed inside, surrounding her as it slowly built up to form a blackened figure. It lent out its hand, which a black apple appeared. Mock the sinner spoke. She took the blackened apple, and the fog faded away. She slept till the next day. Yeah.
Oh, I love how you just got an accent all of a sudden. What? Like in the middle of reading, just all of a sudden accent.
Yeah, I just formed an accent.
Hello.
Oh, you're
Hello.
finally here.
You actually got some of it.
I read fucking 3 chapters without you, and I was able to do it without making any mistakes. Fucking no reader.
Well, fine. You can read it.
No, you do it, because we like messing with you.
It's more entertaining.
It's more entertaining. Give us our content, you little,
Okay.
Pinky dink.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Let me just stay here. Let me just stay here and eat my mango like an apple.
Alright, continue on with chapter 6.
I didn't finish chapter 2,
Yeah, and I finished it.
but the content.
Yeah. Oh, freaking God.
We're not, you want to like reread like fucking 3 chapters?
Yeah.
Mind you,
Okay.
Alright, let me tell you something. The more we pass by these chapters, the more they grow.
Fine.
Do you want to have more? Do you want to have more to read, or do you want to skip some of it to bless your sickened soul from this?
Fine.
All right.
We go to chapter 6.
Yeah, and this one's a lot larger than the last ones.
Okay.
Did everyone leave?
Did everyone leave?
No, I'm
I
so
think-
here.
No, Coach Cheese and Stefan left. What?
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Well, because Cochise had the children.
Okay, but Stefan too.
Wait, did he already make children already?
No, he was babysitting. Oh my God.
That's what
Please.
she said.
Chapter 6.
And yes, I
Maybe that's
Right.
what you.
Okay, so I think I knew what the problem was. It's back. I knew what the problem was. My internet was being stupid. The 5G one specifically. I don't have a good enough router for it.
Wait, did it cut out the stream?
No, the stream is
First,
going. It's fine.
Okay, I was about to say if it just like
Alright.
cut it, if it just like cut it out and just like stopped working and just stopped there, even though when I was like busy reading, I'm just gonna be mad, man.
Oh yeah, gonna cry.
All right, continue on with your narrator voice.
Okay. The capital city's gates as they
What?
opened, and what comes out is a golden royal carriage with silver knights riding upon
Hey,
armored
That's
horses.
from the beginning. Hey, you gotta start from the beginning.
Huh? What?
Start from the beginning, from the top.
You want me to start from the
It's
very?
words.
But I know. I was trying to go from the where I wrote, but okay. I'll start from the top, all the way at the top. No, good.
No.
Till dawn arrived, horns could be heard from the capital city's gates as they open, and what comes out is a golden royal carriage with silver knights riding upon armored horses. Come on, dog.
Oh my God.
As soon as Stephon said word, all he just says like, "Come on, dog. Come on, boy. Come on, let's go, boy.
Come on,
dog.
dog.
Come
Come
on,
on,
dog.
dog.
Come here.
Let me
Come on,
narrate.
dog."
After I finish chewing this piece of mango.
Alright.
Okay.
As they rode,
Moment.
as they rode out of the capital city.
Alright.
Great gates.
Wait, I just finished. Stop.
As they rode out of the city, out of the
Wait,
capital,
wait.
Great.
Shut up, dog. I don't even know where we are. Oh, there we are. As they rode out of the capital's great city gates, Justice and a herd of other peasants grouped up. She asked, "What is happening?" And one of the peasants answered, "The king." Bro.
What?
Why did you say it like that?
I gotta voice the peasant.
Why did you just
The moment I said the king, I died.
Stephon, sneeze for the stream, Stephon. Sound like a baby.
What the
Not possible.
Bro, I'm on crack.
No, I think it's more than crack.
Alright, let me show you. He asked, "What is happening?" And one of the peasants answered, "The king."
Let me read this.
I wish I had the. I can't even.
Stephane's mic is worse. Stephane's mic is even worse. Alright, we're not letting.
Alright. One more time. If I mess up again, I'm gonna just say no.
I'll just do it. I'll just do it if
No,
Alex
no.
can't read.
No, I can read. I'm just stop with the voice at the king part. Alright.
You
You got this.
That king part, like, in the most comical voice I have.
No. That's only if I mess up again. That's only if I mess up one more time.
And also, you have a shitty mic, so.
That's
She-
not that bad.
Hey, come on, dog.
Alright, let's go.
She asked, "What is happening?" And one of the peasants answered, "The king comes out to show off his greatness and to give small amounts of bread." The carriage and its escorts. Stop. Let me continue, please. Let me continue.
You have to say it in the lemon drop voice, my guy.
You're getting turned on.
Why did it
Hey, now you want me to read or not?
Alright, go.
The carriage and its escorts stopped as the king came out with open arms, as one of his men come with a bug, with small breads. Wait, a bug?
A bug.
What?
A bug? With a bug of small breads.
Bag. I saw that typo. I just forgot to fix it, or it didn't save.
I read it right. I was like, wait,
I
a
came
bug?
prepared with a bug.
Bug.
Hear me, my people. Today, I will give my gratitude to you for your hard work. So here's a gift. The man holding the bag, he actually said bag this time. The man holding the bag of bread takes out one small piece of bread, which he hands out to King Belmont. King Belmont III. All of you kneel before your great king and say these? All of you kneel before your great king and say these exact words. Oh Lord Belmont the Graceful, we...
What?
Oh Lord Belmont the Graceful,
Yes.
we thank thee for thy gifts, for we work for your greatness. As your art.
What?
Huh? Alex, you really need to work on your grammar.
Shut up.
As you
We
are.
thank thee for thy
What's
gift.
grammar?
We work for your greatness as you are the elderly lady threw an apple. And threw the blackened apple at the King Belmont, which hits his face.
Ow! You dare? Wait, hold on, let me say that. Ow! You dare! Save her! Save her and lock it up! I can't.
Yo, somebody hired him for voice acting.
Please. Ever got hired for voice acting? I'd be surprised if they hired me in the first place. I keep breaking characters.
Lock her away in the deepest dungeon.
Aaron's the reason want to break the fourth wall.
Stand
Like a bunch of times.
I break the fourth wall so many times now. Alright. Ow! You dare! Seize her and lock her away in the deepest dungeon. I will not stand for this. The peasants in justice flee away into their huts while King Belmont's men give chase and push and punish the peasants. King Belmont picked. I might not.
Couldn't help myself, you know. I gotta unleash it. I gotta.
Oh, you wanna know what we should do? You wanna know what we should do?
What?
What we should do is reenact. We should reenact this book in a Roblox game.
Oh.
That will be great.
Literally, everyone else would play characters. I would narrate.
Why are you?
That will be
That's
lit.
the most big brain idea.
What was it?
You got Inosuke's laugh, Panda. Laugh like that.
Hey,
King
Hey.
Belmont. What? Come on, I just started. What?
so fast!
Huh?
So fast! Does no skate laugh.
Anyways.
Okay.
Oh, Nico Cheese the one I'm referring to.
Continuing.
The sass.
King Belmont picks up the blackened apple, which starts to rot in his hand. He drops it and kicks it away, and orders his men to burn the bread in front of them as due punishment.
No, not the brain!
No, not bread. Not the poor, precious, loafy bread.
Lord have mercy.
Chapter 7. Come on. It's like, hey. How many people are watching? Just one person? Wow, I think I lost all my viewers.
Damn.
Chapter 7.
Please. I'm glad you're enjoying this, Kenny. Chapter 7. Imprisonment. Justice hides in her hut, trying to hide her daughter Lily as she was knitting. Listen now, my dear. I'll be going to have to be away for some time, so be strong. Don't get in trouble. Promise me this, okay? She turned up, nodded, then their door gets kicked in. Well. What we got here? You must be the huh? For some reason, my oh, no. I got you. No.
I got it.
I got you.
I got it. I'll do it.
Well. What we got here? You must be the one that threw that apple at King Belmont. He grabs her and pulls her away, but Lily runs out and starts attacking him, hitting him repeatedly at his arms as he just swings his arms to smack her away. Like, bitch.
Like, damn, Lily, okay.
Look at the chat real quick.
My mod? Bread. Stop that. Come on, man. What's up with the bread? You're obsessed. Actually, no. I'm obsessed with bread. I like bread.
If we hit 10,000 subscribers, you will get bread mailed to your door.
Bread ASMR.
Nah.
Yes, and Aaron will do a bread ASMR for all you lovely, beautiful people. If we get this video, or the stream to 10,000 subscribers.
There's literally only.
I will literally eat bread. Like these peasants in the story. I will eat bread like the peasants in this story.
I forgot to emphasize peasants.
I will eat the bread like the peasants of this story.
Peasants.
Peasants. Anyway. This, your little girl, she a pretty one. Maybe I'll play with her later. Wait, Alex, what kind of... What?
What the? Hold
Huh?
up, Alex.
Alex? Explain yourself? Hey, no, don't
Oh,
laugh.
I don't like that. Nah.
Oh, wait a second, that wording, bro. That seems sus, bro.
It's kind of
Anyways, continuing on.
Among Us in the light.
Mind you that this is medieval ages.
He spoke as he laughs and pulling her away onto a cart. You stay away from her. She is but a child. I'm trying to think of it. You stay away from her. She is but a child. Do not lay a finger on. She gets slapped across the face by the man, which makes her dizzy. They then take her away after tying her up with rope. Huh? What?
Alex.
Alex, what kind of king? I'm about to king shame you.
You heard it?
Huh?
Right across the face, bro.
He really did the smack thing. Alright, man.
This is why we don't allow Stefan on the stream, because he likes BDSM.
Bro, we're only on chapter 7, and we're like over 30 minutes in. Come on.
Oh my god. No way. It's actually been.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen.
There's like a certain time period where we have to.
No. I actually want to finish this, but if anything, I might stop halfway and start again tomorrow.
Part 2.
Part 2.
I stopped my head too hard.
Alright, let me continue. They take her to the dungeon under the keep, which was very dark as there were no windows. The prison cells were dirty and never cleaned. Huh?
Windows.
I'm about to throw you out of one of you, don't shut up.
Throw me out a window. Oh, woo.
They escort her through a narrow hallway which passes by prison cells. Some were empty, but others were filled as the prisoners looked at her as they stayed close to the bars like moray eels, getting ready to leap forth and grab their prey. Hold up. Alright. I had to burp.
Oh.
Looked at it like moray eels.
Moray eels.
Eels.
Some of the prisoners looked pale, bony like they haven't eaten in days. Hold up. I think I said that wrong. Let me say that better. Some of the prisoners looked pale and bony like they haven't eaten in days. They stopped at a prison cell which was far and deep. and throw Justice in. Justice screams at them, calling them cursed and sinful as they walked away. She could hear one of them giggling. Justice looks around but couldn't see a thing. She felt something and tried getting a closer look, but then realizes that it was a dead skeleton, which frightened her. She hopes that Lily will be fine and that justice will be served. She doesn't know how long her sentence is, but she will endure. Chapter 8, Rotting Season.
That's what she said.
Come on, Doug.
Not in a situation like this.
Not in this situation.
Not me.
On the second day of the week, a group of noblemen and freemen came to the King Belmont, in his throne room and complained that the food stores were empty and that all their food was rotten. They were angry and believed that the peasants were doing a poor job and demanded for compensation. King Belmont was confused and went down to the kitchens where his own personal food store is, as well as his head chef. "Chef, what is going on?" King Belmont said. "My lord, all the food went bad and got rotten. We threw them away and fed them to the pigs." The head chef spoke. The king was confused but also outrageous. Thus he made the peasants and cooks work double time all day, till dusk with no rest. Wait, dusk? You mean dusk?
Yes.
No, I thought he said he was about to eat the people. I was like, hey, yo.
They fed some of the nobles.
Thank you.
Come on!
I'm sorry.
Kenny, there are 17 total chapters. They're not that long though. I might be able to finish this all in one stream.
Oh, you have no idea.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hold up. They fed some of the nobles and freemen, but wasn't enough as the majority of it was saved for the king. He sent messengers to his other cities to collect their half of the food. Chapter 9, Conundrum. Third day of the week, a trade caravan entered the capital city to trade goods with King Belmont III. They had gold, steel, and food, which the king was planning on buying to make up for all the food they've lost. He told one of his noblemen to go to his treasury and collect some gold so he can buy the goods. "Greetings, Lord Belmont. It is nice to see you again," the caravan leader spoke. Welcome back to my graceful capital. What goods do you sell today?" King Belmont asked. "Riches from an expedition. Okay. I have some riches from an expedition." God damn, what is stuck in my throat? I don't think I should have eaten that mango.
Just mangoes.
Huh?
I
Are you
have
allergic to
some
mangoes?
riches from a expedition
What about windows?
to a foreign land.
Are you allergic to mangoes?
No, I'm not allergic to mangoes.
I'm not allergic to anything. But anyways, continuing on,
Mangoes.
I have some riches from an expedition to a foreign land that found some quite beautiful and unique accessories, as well as steel and food alike, the caravan leaders.
The
Speaking
king's
Eric-
nobleman. Okay, Doc, shut up. The king's nobleman came and wishes to speak to the king alone. "My lord, I have some news you need to hear quickly." The king and noble went farther away from the caravan to speak in private. "What is up the matter?" King Belmont spoke. My lord, my lord, the treasury is empty. All the riches are just gone and the only thing left is one coin." The king inspected the coin as it was not of any coin he was familiar with. The coin was made of silver with the imprinting of a skull on one side and an apple on the other. King Belmont was yet again furious and thought that there was a secret rebellion that is plotting to overthrow him. He was forced to trade some of his own personal items to buy some of the goods. However, this wouldn't be enough for everyone, so he only gave it to his trusted nobles and men. He then ordered his men to seek out the rebels by torturing and questioning the peasants, as well as the freemen and some nobles as well. 24 peasants and 12 freemen died, while others were wounded, and the king's reputation and relationship with the nobles and freemen grew poor. Chapter 10. Displeased
Damn.
Lords. Hold up. How far are we in now? What is with your bread, dog?
Bread
You are addicted to bread.
coming from you.
Alright, well, let's
Okay,
continue
okay.
on.
Okay, look.
On the 4th day of the week, King Belmont received messages from other rulers of the realms. They had received the goods they were promised, however, they were of very poor quality, and some of it was rotten and bad, thus they demanded compensation, as they feel they were scammed. King Belmont, of course, had to plead with them, and said that they will get their real goods at the end of next week.
One of the letters.
Lords.
Can I say it?
Yeah, sure.
One of the letters from one of the lords said that if he did not deliver within 3 days, then he will send his army out to pillage one of his cities as compensation. Then one of Belmont's servants rushed in with an urgent message. My lord,
Disaster has come to the capital, and the other cities, and many are sick and dying, and the other cities are also facing the same problems, as they barely have any food or riches, except one city, the servant said urgently.
R.I.P. those cities. Hey.
no one is allowed in the castle keep. Close the gates. What?
Never mind.
Oh. No one is allowed in the castle keep. Close the gates and shelter everyone inside their homes. This has to be the work of the rebels. Find them quickly, as I care not what you must do. And go tell my general to take half of the capital's garrison to that one city with an army and question them, as they must be the rebels. The king yelled as the servant quickly ran to spread the word. Multiple peasants were tortured and killed as the streets drew empty and soundless, as not a single person were in sight. The guards were to stay away from all the homes and to ensure that everyone stays indoors to stop the plague to spread. No one but his royal guards and trusted nobles are allowed in this castle keep. His garrison is chopped in half in numbers, as the rest of it is off to go to one of his cities that were not affected. Chapter 11, Brink of War. Hold up, alright. I'm going to read this, but give me a second, I'm gonna wash my hands.
Oh. Well, okay.
Can I read it?
Okay, but you have to tell me where we are.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
Fuck. Alright. Eating some chips.
Ah.
On the 5th day, the nobles, freemen, and peasants grew rebellious. As whispers of their rebellion has grown, and small fights started breaking out throughout the day, including thievery.
Right.
Belmont. What? Who said that?
I'm sorry. Can you hear my squeaky chair?
No, I just heard someone in
Okay.
the back. I just heard someone in the background say, "Wait!"
Oh, okay.
I said
My
bread.
chair's squeaking. I was like, oh shit.
Alright, well, anyways.
Popcorn.
Anyways, King Belmont's men are getting a bit overwhelmed, as they have to deal with peasants who are being rebellious, thieves running amok, and nobles who could be plotting to kill the king. There are even whispers of King Belmont's own men being bribed or also plotting with the nobles to overthrow the king. King Belmont was having none of this, and started executing peasants, freemen who were guilty of thievery or suspected of crimes, as well as nobles who were believed to be plotting against King Belmont. This obviously displeased nobles and the freemen, as well as the peasants, which only made the situation all the more worse. There were also whispers of the other cities also plotting and being rebellious, as they were also facing the same problem. problems. Lily, throughout the day, tried staying away from the dangers, since the last few days was her just simply working and playing with the other young peasant girls and boys. Every night she thinks and cries about justice, including her father. She hopes that she will see them again, but she is sad and depressed that she is now all alone by herself. I swear to God, why can I hear that?
Hear what?
Stefan,
Oh,
What?
I can
Stefan turned down very low.
I can literally
That's not
hear.
me.
That is you. I can hear feedback coming from you.
What feedback?
What
Feedback.
do you mean? Do you not know what feedback
Hello?
means? It means I can hear my own
Hello?
voice through you.
Hello.
Not my fault.
Hello.
Hello?
Alright, what is
just
happening?
A little bit. We stopped at the part where she hopes that she will see them again, but she's sad and depressed that she will be all alone by herself.
This is a long ass chapter.
Yes, it is. Like I said, the more you go through the chapters, the oh wait, that's actually not Stefan. It's actually Christina.
What? It is. Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, it is you. I just realized.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Not sorry, Stefan. I just like blaming you.
Alright, so you said where?
So you scroll down and find Lily throughout the day tried staying away from the dangers. Yeah.
I found it. Okay. Lily, throughout the day, tried staying away from the dangers, since the last few days was for her just simply working and playing with the other young peasant girls and boys. Every night, she thinks and cries about justice, including her father. She hopes that... Hold up. And my nose is a little congested.
You need some help?
Nah.
Are you dying?
I'm dying a little bit, but don't, please, let me narrate. I want to narrate. Every night, she thinks and cries about justice, including her father. She hopes that she will see them again, but she is sad and depressed that she is now all alone by herself and is trying to refuse the fact that they're both probably dead. Once nightfall came, after a hard day of labor, Lily laid on her leathery bed that justice made for her and began to weep in sorrow for justice and her father before she went to bed. She suddenly hears footsteps coming towards the hut's door. Lily gets out of bed and hides behind a barrel. The door creaks open and Lily can hear the footsteps of the figure entering. Lily tries to holding her breath in an attempt to not make the slightest sounds, as she was terrified and tried not thinking about the things that would happen to her if she was found. This moment is the most terrifying moment throughout her life, as she has never felt such terror before. The sound of the hut deafens as all she could hear is the night. She ponders if the person that entered her hut left or not, as she could not hear the footsteps, or that she pondered too much in her thoughts and just didn't hear any at all. She looks up to try to get her train of thoughts straight and clear, but then she realizes that there's a smiling face of a man. Holy shit.
Continue on.
That there's a smiling face of a man. She tried screaming, but the man leaped forward with his hand and covered her mouth and then dragged her away to the dark forest. The man planted her onto a tree. Do you remember me?
I remember you.
Come on, dog. I'm trying to stream.
Oh.
Come on. Come on.
Do you
Wait, why
remember? Man was in the back. Man was back.
Oh wait, why is Christina and Stefan deaf?
No, sorry. I was just trying to do something.
Oh. Do you remember me? He spoke. Lily was terrified, but did not recognize his face. The man sighs, then slaps her. I am the one who took your mother away. She's probably dead by now, but who cares about an old hag? The man uses his left hand to pull his What? Why? Why?
Read it.
Why?
Read
No.
it. Read
No.
it. Read it.
Alright, fine.
No balls.
The man uses his left hand to pull his pants down, but Lily kicks him, which forces him to let go. Lily runs, but then Lily runs, but stops for a second as she spots a rock. Ow! That really hurt, you know. He hurts. He hurts. He turns around, but then gets a rock smashed to his face. As Lily charged forward and slammed the rock into his face, which broke the rock apart. Ow! You little brat! You hit my eye! You're going to pay! He grabs her hair and throws her to the floor. Lily landed hardly on the forest floor. The man stood over her, pulling out a knife. The man smiles and giggles, but then his eyes pointed towards behind Lily. His smiling face turned from confusion, then to fear. Lily looks behind her and sees a black figure. She couldn't see him due to the darkness. Who's there? I am one of King Belmont's men. Stay back! The man yelled. The darkened figure approaches closer as the man just stood still in fear. Lily saw him quivering and shaking. Lily was so confused of what he is scared of at all. Lily was so confused as what he was scared at. The winds blew strong. Then the man ran for his life as Lily watches him run away back to the capital. She looks back to see what he was scared of, but didn't see anything, like there was no one there. Chapter 12, The Fall.
That man is disgusting.
That man is disgusting. Disgusting!
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 Ew.
Huh?
That's pretty. I pretty much added that character as basically.
Who has a leather bed?
I'm happy that you hit his eye, or Lily hit his eye.
Hold on. Did you see the chat? Did you see the chat? Did you see the chat? Someone said, ew, who has a leather bed? Oh my god. Actually, no, that's a good question. Who has a leather bed?
Exactly.
Lord.
Kings. I mean, during at this time, they use leather as one of the.
Yeah, but like, isn't that really uncomfortable?
What?
Dude, imagine leather does. Okay, wait. Does it? Okay, wait. Hold on. Doesn't leather like keep you warm?
Yeah, leather keeps you warm. It's a lot stronger than string. Because otherwise, if you try sitting on a netted bed,
I can see why they would use leather to keep yourself warm. But imagine sleeping on a leather bed. Do you imagine? Can you imagine the amount of back sweat when you wake up? Holy shit! You might be glued to the bed. Actually, on second thought, it depends. If you're like, you know, shirtless, then yeah, you might be glued to the bed. But if you're like wearing a shirt, just imagine the amount of back sweat absorbed into that shirt.
Ew.
Ew.
Alright, continuing on.
Okay. On the sixth day, a group of freemen gathered and carried a cart filled with weapons. They then started to align the peasants and weaponized them as a large fight broke loose. The guards and the rebels fought in a bloody battle, which continued with even more people joining in the fight. The king's men were getting overwhelmed and had to retreat back to the castle keep. Hold on. I don't know why, but I keep needing to burp. Ah, God.
The rebels jeered and cussed and yelled at the king's men, swinging pipes.
Swinging pikes with the heads of some nobles and guards. Some of the nobles, huh? Some of the nobles. Wait. Some of the nobles in the capital left. King Belmont was enraged but didn't know what to do. He got word from the other cities that they were at war with each other and segregated from his rule. His army. Can we stop to say that the music for some reason fits this, which does make sense.
I mean,
Army.
Alright.
His army he sent was apparently captured and defeated by the city that was not affected, and because of King Belmont's actions of sending a literal army and an army to them, the city claimed full independence from King Belmont's rule and started taking his land.
King Belmont and his why do you want to keep continuing that? Can I read two, please? I mean, how about this? We can take turns. I take one chapter, you take the next.
Okay, fine.
Okay. King Belmont and his remaining soldiers then saw black clouds coming to the capital from the distance. This made some of the men panicked as they were now deserting, but were then yelled at and threatened by execution by the king. King Belmont sat upon his throne and thinks on what he could do. He then remembers the old lady that he captured because of the rotten black apple that she threw at him with. He thought that this was all because of her. Since he thought, shut up, I can't speak. Because of her, since he thought that she was a witch. So he ordered his men to set up a bonfire on top of the gatehouse for all to see, and to put bears up. They were filled with flammable oils. Chapter 13, The Day of Rest.
On the fourth day, in a dark, cloudy sky.
On the seventh day,
I mean, fuck. Shut up.
a literal army. You said it, Sully.
Shut up. On the seventh day in the dark, cloudy sky.
Give to me.
On the seventh day in a dark, cloudy sky, justice was brought out of her dungeon.
The water bed.
Come on, dog.
Come on,
I'm
dog.
reading something inside your chat, Aaron.
Huh?
On the seventh day in a dark, cloudy sky, justice was brought out of her dungeon, and to the top of the gatehouse and tied her to the bonfire. One of the men poured the flammable oils from one of the barrels onto the bonfire to make a large flame. The rebels gathered and stood outside of the gatehouse with their torches and silver weapons. They created a ram from all the wood and steel they could amass. King Belmont stepped forth and looked down at the rebels. You all have committed sins, the highest treason. This woman here is a witch, and she will be the first to repent for her sins as you all reject God's true and rightful ruler. I was about to say heir, well, alright. Anyways.
You narrate so well, and you want me to narrate?
Yeah, I realized that.
You realized it.
Messing up.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
dude doesn't mess up. I break character all the damn time. Come on.
One of his men lit the bonfire. I mean, to be honest, I did create this book, so...
I mean, yeah.
Alright, well, anyways, one of his men lit the bonfire, which set it aflame. Lily watched from a distance as she saw that was Justice Sakti. She yelled and cried, but as the flames torched her pale and suffered form from the dungeon, the winds blew hard, which put out the bonfire's great flames. The men and the king were confused, but without a second thought. "Do it now!" the king yelled. Flaming barrels from the walls, which landed upon the rebels. They fled and ran as most were burning and set ablaze. The king climbed up to the bonfire to kill Justice Sakti. Suck it.
You're the one. Wait, hold on. You're the one who came up with the last one.
That's what I heard.
The whole word is supposed to mean justice, alright? Anyways, before the blade struck, a black fog surrounded her and pushed the king back, which made him roll down the bonfire, which was still on fire. The black fog came from the black clouds hovering above the whole castle keep and looked like a mini tornado. Baby little tomato. It faded away and Justice Suggett was gone and nowhere to be seen. Chapter 14, The Dark Slaughter.
The clouds above the castle keep. Huh?
Your voice cracked as soon as you
Just leave me alone. Okay. The clouds above the castle keep started to collapse and fall down upon the castle keep. The king and the men started to run and get inside as they all panicked and ran in random directions. Wait, let me say that again. The king and the men started to run and get inside as they all panicked and ran in random directions. The rebels saw this too and panicked and got scared and just ran away outside the capital city's walls. The black fog surrounded the whole castle and keep and was barely visible. King Belmont and 4 of his royal guards remained, and the rest of his men fled in other directions. They boarded and blocked the door, which was the only entrance inside. They then started to hear the screams of men outside, which they assumed was the other guards that did not make it inside. They could hear the banging on the door and the cries for help. They did not move. They did not respond. They stood still with swords drawn. The black fog flowed inside until the door and through the barricade. Until? Did I say until? My bad. The black fog flowed inside under the door and through the barricade. It flowed into one straight line and into a circle which formed a black figure. The fog then faded and revealed a person who wears a black coat. Black cloak. His face was covered with a white mask in the shape of a human skull. The eye sockets of the mask were covered in darkness as they couldn't see behind the mask. Black fog flowed under the... hold up.
There's a lot of skulls.
Black fog.
Black
Flog?
fog. Black fog. Okay, I got you. His face was covered with a white mask in the shape of a human skull. The eye sockets of the mask were covered in darkness as they couldn't see behind the mask. Black fog flowed under from his cloak and out of his eyes like tears, which formed a small black foggy floor around him, which moved with him. It maintains a circle shape. The figure moved forward towards them as one of the knights changed forward. I can't see. Let me look closer. Charged forward to swing his sword at the person. I had to move my mic. My bad.
There's a dog barking really
As
loud.
soon as he stepped into the black fog, he fell over and did not get up. One of the other knights ran and deserted. The final two knights that stayed ran at the figure at the same time from left and right. The one on the left fell, while the other on the right jumped and swung his sword at the figure. The cloaked figure stepped forward and dodged his attack. The knight fell and did not get up. Chapter 15. Judgment has come. I can't narrate that well anymore. It was better in the beginning. For some reason, I lost it.
It was King Belmont.
We're almost done.
King Belmont III ran from the figure. He went through a hallway and saw the deserted knight, dead on the floor. One of the windows broke and black fog surrounded the body as it slowly spreads. King Belmont ran around it and to his throne room. He went through another hallway and down a spiral stairwell, which led to the dungeon, and grabbed a torch and ran past the prison cells, which the prisoners all started to yell and scream at King Belmont, and trying to reach out and grab him. He then stops at a wall and pushes a stone brick that unlocks and opens a door. King Belmont looks behind him and sees the black-cloaked figure, so he runs into the hidden escape route and makes it outside. He climbs up a few stairs and is greeted with black fog. The black-cloaked figure was waiting for him. He got on his knees and pleaded with the figure to spare his life. The figure pulled out his arm and held a silver coin with the imprinting of a skull on one side and an apple on the other. The figure tossed the coin in the air and it fell spinning. The figure catches the coin and looks at it for a moment before lending its hand. King Belmont. Chapter 16. Aftermath.
The black fog around the castle keep faded away, and the rebels returned to see the outcome of what happened. Lily and a group of rebels were in front of the castle keep's gates, which were left open. They were all hesitant as they saw the bodies of the guards who were In the black fog, however, their bodies were ashes and all that left was their sword and armor and skeletal remains. It looked like slaughter. The gates of the keep itself opened up. The rebels got frightened, thus they unsheathed their weapons and ready themselves.
10 out of 10 reading.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Alright, continue. What came out of the
Hey, Doc. What came out of the keep's doors were pale, skinny men. Their skin almost completely white and pale.
Horny.
What?
What?
You heard that right? Alex, what'd you say?
Yeah.
I heard horny.
No.
What'd you say, Doc?
Alright, fine. I did say horny right after you said white pale men.
Oh. Anyways.
Their skin almost completely white and pale. Their bones could be seen from their thin, skinny bodies. The rebels realized that these are the prisoners that King Belmont held prisoner. One of them dropped their weapons and rushed forth to one of the pale men, yelling out their name. More of them did the same, while the pale men did the same, rushing towards them. It then became a wholesome reunion between family and friends, everyone hugging and crying as they have not seen each other for weeks or even months. Lily was among them, who was searching for her mother, yelling and crying out her name but couldn't find her within the large crowd. But then she hears her name being called out. Lily! Lily! Where are you? Lily! Lily started crying out and trying to follow the voice. Once she did, she found a lady calling out her name, but before she could approach, another girl came running to her and hugged her as they both wept and cried. Lily now tearing up as she can't find her mother, but she looks at the keep's doorway and sees a lady standing near it. Once she looked more carefully, she saw her mother, Justice Sugite, or Sugite. Suck a titty. She saw her. Suck it. But this is a funny ass name, dog. I don't know why'd you come up with this name.
Because that actually is an actual name, which means justice.
Justice. Okay.
Shut up. Why do everyone keep saying that?
She saw her mother, Justice Sugit. And so she rushed forward, pushing people out of the way. Once she finally made it to the door, she climbed up the steps and hugged her. Justice, then realizing, hugs her back. They both started crying together. Chapter 17, Aftermath Part 2.
Some time has passed. The old capital of King Belmont III is no more, but is now a free city. The region itself isn't entirely free, as it is now ruled by the surviving lords from their wars, and rule their small share of the land, with their own rules and way of life. And other kingdoms nearby want the land for themselves as well. But regardless, Lily and Justice live peacefully in freedom. They also have gotten word that the war in their home realm finally ended with a victory, so their home is still the same, thus they move by cart back to their home. As Justice and Lily hop aboard the cart, Justice looks back at the capital city that used to be King Belmont's with a smile. And then what? What happened next? One of the three men in the tavern said. Well, that's the end of the tale of the mocked king, the elder said. All three of them applauded and said that the story was good. All three of the men decided to depart from the tavern and go to their duties. The elder waved goodbye to the three men while they mount on their horses. Hey, I did get your name, one of the three men said. The elder smiled. The name's Belmont, the elder answered. The three men paused for a second. The elder then walked back into his tavern after smiling at them. One of the men patted the other on the back and said that they got to get going. The three men mounted up and rode off. The end.
That's nice. I
It
like
is
that.
nice. It's actually a pretty good story.
Yeah.
Chapter 18. Final thoughts.
Hold
on
up.
the
Oh, final thoughts on the story. Well, I
When you
think
said
it
chapter
was
18,
great.
I said, huh?
Yeah, I was like, what? I don't see anymore. It's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie to you, it's actually pretty good.
I'm not into like the whole medieval stuff, but this I can get into.
You need legends, I guess.
So I have a question.
What?
Since this is based in like medieval time, why isn't it using like the old English?
One, people wouldn't be able to read that. Two, it makes it all the more harder to actually fucking pronounce shit.
Yeah,
Because Old English was basically written in a way where it looks very cursive.
Yeah.
So it makes it really fucking hard to read, and they also use certain words which
That like we don't use
now. That we don't use now, and most of the words were hard to pronounce, and I would have to restrict a lot of words.
Yeah, and it's like it's not really enjoyable if you have to like continue looking up the words and what they mean.
Yeah. I
And
do
some
agree
of
with
the-
that.
Yeah, and it would force me to restrict some of the words that I have to use. Because I want words that roll off the tongue. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
And also, Stefan, you weren't even here for like half the fucking story. So fuck up, you don't got an opinion anymore, you fucking furry.
I was listening to the live stream.
Oh.
So he was there, just not here.
Yeah.
So what about Go Cheese? I'm assuming he didn't. Well, anyways, dear viewers, if you have any comments and feedback, then do welcome to post them in Aaron's comment section and spam him
Chat.
so I
Mouth
can enjoy
noises. Yeah.
So I can enjoy his suffering from your amounts of spam. As I obviously take feedback, so if you actually have any feedback on the story, then I would like to hear it.
Right.
So fucking tell me the feedback, Aaron. I swear to God.
It's good. I told you. I told you it's good.
You cut out when you said that. I swear to God.
It was good. It was good. Okay, it was good. Oh, stop.
You better, I will press this button, man. I will do it.
Anyway, thanks for coming by and listening to my cousin Alex's story.
Yes. Also, shout out to my YouTube channel.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, no, I don't even do anything with it anymore.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
but
Well,
I mean, I would appreciate it, you know.
Shout out to Alex's YouTube channel. What was it? BlitzOGAlex's 67.
That's a lot.
Shout out to his YouTube channel. He is great. He doesn't post a lot anymore, but he's great. It'd be nice if you subscribe to him, you know.
Yeah, you know, give me some good old money. You know.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I just got a lot of downvotes and a lot of toxic comments.
Please.
my
No. Well, thank you for stopping. Oh shit. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by, listening to his story with this relaxing medieval music.
And shout out to my OnlyFans. Yeah.
Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. Bye, guys.